What up, everybody out there in podcast land? Thank you for tuning in yet again to another episode of Ken Ross Presents. The Yeah, I Said It podcast. We're expressing what our full capabilities into them might want us in correctional facilities. Brainchild of mine child. I'm the dad half of this operation. Ross Cooper with allergies and T-first allergies. As always, I am rocking with the best. My co-host, please introduce yourself to the folks.
Everybody's a high right samurai till we show gun. Yeah, what was good, everybody? Hope you guys having a good day, week, month, year, all that good stuff. You're watching on any other platforms, please share with your friends, family, pets, aliens, the water outside. I don't know. If you're watching YouTube, please like, share, comment, subscribe, because if you don't, the United States is going to send another $1 billion to Ukraine.
I don't know how I feel about that last statement. Be like that's the people in Ukraine really wouldn't appreciate that remark.
I mean, people here, our actual home turf that, no clean water and whatchamacallit. We just got hit by a hurricane. Oh yeah, Puerto Rico just got fucking devastated. That's still part of us. So it's like, yeah, we think his money should be in house first before we go helping them motherfuckers. But maybe I'm biased because they don't give a fuck about us. Mostly when I say
Well,
us, I mean black people. So yeah.
just something to consider, sir. No clean water sucks, obviously. Hurricane sucks, obviously. You're not at war though. No one's shooting at you. Just to
but
give you
what?
the other, just to give you the other side.
Wait. So if you see a fighting go on, like let's say you in your house right now, you see a fight going on, like over there, like across the street. Is it your duty to get your ass up and go over there and help, or is that some shit that got nothing to do with you?
Depends on my level of humanity. It doesn't it?
No,
Depends on my level of humanity, doesn't it?
no. I'm sorry, that ain't got shit to do with us. That's on the other side of the world. What do we and like? How you gonna help somebody else clean their own shit, and not clean your own house? That makes no sense.
Listen,
Does that make sense to you?
but because again, I'm just giving you the other side.
There is
Because
no other side. That's stupid. Stop it.
there's a side.
No, there's
There's
not.
a side.
No, there's
There's
not.
absolutely a
That's
side.
no, there's not.
I'm gonna use your own analogy because if my house is a little dirty, a little filthy, all right, I need to clean up.
Not
But
little.
over there, their house on fire.
It's not little.
No different. No
Our,
different.
our house is underwater. There's
I'm not
alligators
full.
in my backyard.
I'm
What
not
do you
fooling with
mean
you
a
right
little
now. I'm,
dirty?
I'm not fooling.
The water is literally shit coming out the faucet. What do you mean a little dirty?
I mean,
No.
that's a state problem, is it not? That's a separation of federal versus state, is it not?
There's a way more.
Yeah.
There's a lot more issues, but I'm just naming surface level shit. If we want to get real, we can.
I'm just saying. At the end of the day, ain't nobody shooting at you right now. They
Hmm.
shooting at you in Ukraine.
Okay, what's that got
Right?
to do with us?
As humans, we have to go help. Just saying. Just saying.
All right, all right. You got your first draft pick right here, military. He wants to go help. There you go. First round pick
Listen,
right here, buddy.
nah, fam. I don't. Listen, all nonsense aside, the issues in Ukraine are a little bit above my pay grade, and I just don't trust. I just don't trust everything we're being told. I think there's a little more to it than what we're being told. No BS. Um, I think it's strategy. If you pay close attention, the U.S. has military bases in striking distance to certain countries, and that is not by accident. And Ukraine sits right next door to Russia. And who have we had universal beef with since the 80s? Russia. Who we don't particularly care for? Putin. So if Ukraine joins, and I've said this, if Ukraine joins NATO, technically they gang. So we can set up shop there, and Russia can't say nothing because they NATO.
But that's not gonna happen.
I just don't rule out that possibility. Like I'm gonna set up shop. I'm not gonna be on your turf, but I'm at the end of your block, so I can see everything you're doing if I really want to. I'm gonna step on your turf. I have to be at the end of your block so I
That
can
got to
see
do
everything.
was all this damn money over there. If they about to join NATO, let NATO send that damn money.
Because if Ukraine falls to Russia, it ain't Ukraine no more. It's Russian territory, and ain't
Oh
nobody
well,
joining.
then let it be Russian territory. You just set up shop somewhere else.
Oh God. Okay. We'd already got derailed. First 5 minutes, we'd already went off topic. But um, speaking of money, and we're gonna get into this a little bit because we touched on it and we talked offline a little bit, but it's just I legitimately don't have the answer. So we're gonna talk about the babyface assassin, greatest shooter in the history of the game, Steph Curry. Steph is in no hot water. This is not Yume Adoka. Steph is in no hot water. The question we have with Steph, it creates a new thing. We have adopted, a lot of people have adopted, eat the rich. AOC has said on numerous occasions, and Bernie Sanders, I do believe, is equitable. Every billionaire is a failure of humanity. And the reasoning behind that for those who immediately scoff is you don't make it to $1 billion, that level of wealth, without the hoarding of resources, without the exploitation of people. You just can't do it. And I don't know if because the term is tossed around so loosely, I don't think people understand just how much money $1 billion is. Like if you had a $1 million every day, it's gonna take you you got a ways to go to get to a billion. Like it's gonna take you $1 million every day, some ridiculous amount of time to even sniff $1 billion, right? So we've adopted the term "eat the rich," and we've seen this echoed through cinema, so on and so forth. Dark Knight Rises. We've seen this all echoed. Many movies. And it's easy to do that when we're talking about business because obviously somewhere in your supply chain, there's a sweatshop. Somebody's getting exploited. Somebody's mining diamonds or someone's putting a swoosh on a Nike for like 2 cents an hour, right? So it's easy to do that and eat the rich when we're talking about business people. Just got a little bit tougher. Under Armour is considering signing Steph Curry to a lifetime $1 billion contract. And it's like, well, do these same conditions persist? Can we still eat the rich when it's Steph? Steph is not a business guy. Steph plays ball. Steph didn't exploit people to shoot threes. He just kept shooting.
He did. The ankles. I'm sorry, go ahead.
Really, really. So it's like the question is, can we still eat the rich when the normal rules that get someone to that level of wealth don't apply? I'm gonna let you be the Jeter in this thing. Well, real quick, because you touched on it, but I do want to acknowledge. Um, Condolences to anyone who was lost in Hurricane Ian down in Florida and what's now going to be hitting Georgia and Puerto Rico, of course. Hopefully you get aid ASAP. No nonsense on that. I was joking with you, but no nonsense. Really hope we get some aid there first. No BS this time. I'm not playing the other side. I'm being real. Ukraine, I get it. Y'all going through it, but y'all across the globe, we got like real issues right now. An entire island is without power, without water. That's a problem. Bro. But yeah, you first. So, do the eat the rich rules apply when in this situation?
I
When you're
mean,
a billionaire by proxy, almost.
I don't know. Like I said, you said best Steph ain't a businessman. I highly doubt it. You can't be not a businessman and make $1 billion because he has other things. But like I said, it's Under Armour gave it to him. I don't know Under Armour's practices and how they mass produce stuff. If there is sweatshops involved, I'm pretty sure there is. But there's that. Now, is that directly Steph's fault? Nope. But is he signed to him and has his shoe with his name on it? Yes. So it's like, yeah, there's that angle right there. I don't blame him. Like I said, this is the failure isn't even directly on him. It is still eat the rich. It's not directly on him because he's an entertainer at the end of the day. And the biggest money maker on the planet is entertainment. So
Okay, that's it. Okay.
so for to be fair, if I'm playing devil's advocate, if entertainment is the biggest money maker in the world, and he's one of the greatest entertainers in the sport that he plays, it would be fair for him to get a large portion of the pie. Because like entertainment's probably producing like trillions of dollars just off entertainment, out like everything combined. So why not? But to me, it's just a failure, and it's still either rich because it's like you're getting paid $1 billion for the ball in the hoop, but you're not. No offense to him, he's very skilled at what he does. He's the greatest shooter on the planet and ever, like you said. But he's not essential to a society. I said it's entertainment.
Mm.
Outside of probably music, everything else is invaluable. I mean, it really has no value to society for real. Like I said, you sick, you're not gonna go to an
Well,
NBA game. Somebody's in danger, you're not gonna call the NBA or Steph. You need some learn or information, you're not going to go to an NBA game. A la teachers, firefighters, even pigs sometimes. Not really. Yeah, doctors, construction workers, stuff like stuff that is pivotal to society. They're getting scraps while everyone in the entertainment industry is getting generational wealth. And I'm not saying it's easy because it's hard to make it to the NBA. It's hard to be a superstar. It's hard to be a Hall of Famer. Statistically, it's very low that you'll be that.
right.
But
Because
if you do
the
get
12th,
that, hmm?
I was gonna say
Okay,
because because people talk all that nonsense, but the 12th man on the NBA roster will come to your little gym and bust your ass
that
right
is
now,
true.
right now.
Unless you're an elite high school prospect that's going to lead, that's the only people that have a chance. But other than that, yeah, he 12 man's busting everybody. But still, like I said, and that's why I look at society with a shady eyes because it's like entertainment is so much, it makes so much money because people want to escape from reality, and it's like it like sports, music to a certain extent too,
Right.
um, television, movies, art, whatever, blah blah blah.
I just
People,
that does
people, people want to escape from reality. So they're going to dump all this money and attention to entertainment because we want to escape from it instead of dealing with what's really in front of us. And that's why I'm like, the people that should be getting paid all this damn money, if we're going by a capitalistic bullshit view, they should be the people who's more pivotal to society and humans than the planet, yada, yada, yada. Like I said,
mm,
it really should be no reason that a person put. Like I said, I'm not putting this on Steph because he's great at what he does, and I understand. Like I said, the NBA is $1 billion industry, and he's a big
right.
part of why it's that way. Because that's the players bring in the fans, make the entertainment go as it goes, not the owners, not anyone else. No one gives a fuck about that. Because the players sucked, no one will watch. So I'm just saying, like, yeah, there's no reason that a dude that puts a ball in the hoop or throws a football or whatever should be making that type of money while we have a teacher shortage, doctor shortage. Then there's all this people who are pivotal to your health and yada yada yada. Even though I have beats with all of them too, but in the grand scheme of things, they're not getting paid a whole lot. They're getting scraps. Like I said, I've seen my teachers' paychecks from back in the day. It was sad. I thought it was a lot because I ain't had no fucking money. But in reality, when you put that into the cost of living and after taxes, you're like, God damn, I see why you have summer jobs and 2 jobs while dealing with all these kids. So it's like, I, I, I don't know. To me, it just seems unfair, but kind of fair, if that makes sense.
Yeah,
But
and I mean, I'm probably a little biased because I think in the broad scope of entertainment, there is art. Like the reality of the situation is it is hip hop culture, but the problem child in hip hop culture is rap music. In the broad scope of it, conversely, in the broad scope of entertainment, there is art. I don't necessarily need Steph and them making $1 billion, but art is different to me. And I don't think artists are compensated fairly,
so what?
especially when it comes to music. Like,
Okay,
and then as people who graphic artists, John Michel Basquiat, Basquiat, yeah, his paintings go for. But I know people right now who are some darn good graphic artists, and they'll say 800 for a painting, and people will be like, I'm not paying $100 for that. So I think artists in a lot of ways are vastly undercompensated. And if you don't think so, okay,
But
so
as is that on let's see now you're going off tangent because I say entertainment is art is in the form of music. I agree with you that is art.
okay.
Well, the people that are actually good at it, not these trash motherfuckers. But yeah, the people that are good at music, that is art form.
Yeah,
And
not
it's
these southern
also
rappers.
entertainment.
Oh, sorry.
So you should be getting highly compensated for that. That I agree.
Right,
And they might be getting the
right.
short, but just art itself, like a painter, you know, animator or something like that. I know
Hmm.
they get scraps. Like the people in Japan, I've seen some of the interviews that they do, and I like anime, but boy, oh boy, they work them to death. It's damn near a sweatshop for them, and I don't think they're getting. I think they're getting scraps for that too.
Right.
So,
I think video game designers are finally getting their due. But yeah,
so like that's why I said art. It depends what the art is. Like I said, my home thing is entertainment
right.
and art, like painting and stuff like that. It may be entertaining for some or something to look at, but that's not for me. That's not entertainment.
Okay. Yeah. And yeah, with Steph and this $1 billion deal, I'm like,
Okay, well,
I'm so gung ho on eat the rich. I do believe billionaires are a fair society. Um, I do believe some of the most highest paid things are relatively insignificant in the grand scheme of life, like you said. And it really all surrounds escapism.
Sam,
And if we stop trying to escape, we can actually start dealing with some shit for real.
that's my point.
But it's like Steph just shoot hoops.
He did. That's why I'm not blaming him. I'm
Like,
just saying I'm putting the finger on society. That's on us. Like I said, when I know people get mad when people go viral and all this stuff, and black people have a real uh hand in this, and it's why it's disappointing that stuff that we try to cancel, we don't realize that we're blowing them up because we're giving them attention. And the same thing with consumerism. If you don't like products, don't buy it, don't pay it no attention, and it will go
right,
away. The market will set himself. And guess who
right,
sets the market? The consumers.
right,
So you have a lot of power that you don't use, or that we as people do not use, and get
right.
mad and complain. That's why I'm saying, like, yeah, yeah, yeah. I can't blame Steph, but it just feels like people, like I said, they make all that money because we're all trying to escape what's really happening. And I understand because reality sucks. But, if it's enough of us, or we all come together, it's like, yo, let's fix our reality, or the analogy I used earlier, let's clean our own house instead of trying to go to a virtual house. Problem solved. And then your eyes will be a lot open. I hate to use the word fucking term woke, but then you'll wake up.
See, we're using the term woke in the right way though. Okay. Yeah, I don't know. I don't right now. I don't necessarily know if we can eat the rich, so to speak. So at least
Oh,
when
so
it
you
comes
side
to
with
him,
Steph. Okay.
at least when it comes to Steph, because like this is one of those. You're
If
you're
he
a
was white,
billionaire
would you
by.
care? This was Larry Bird. Would it be
Oh,
different? Or is because he's black and he got it the right way? It's fine.
no. Because like I said, we said billionaires are a fair society, which means like I heard a blur. Jay Z has taken offense to the connotation that we say capitalist. We say it like it's a dirty word. And I'm like, Jay,
It is a dirty
that was for as much infinite wisdom as you have, that was tone deaf. And you've got to be able to read the room. You've got to be able to read the room. The reason billionaire and capitalist in particular has the connotation it does is because it is a bad thing. And whether or not we want to admit it or not, capitalism has other isms attached to it by default. I don't know enough about history to say if it always has, but right now, capitalism is attached to a couple other isms that are problematic. Favoritism, in some instances, racism and sexism.
word. A lot of
Definitely
instances, but yes.
nepotism. So it's like if it was just a case of I work hard, I get on, I don't necessarily know if we had a problem of it, but it's just rarely that. It's I
Mm.
work hard, I got on. Now the people I'm gonna put on next are people I'm cool with or people I know or this chick I want to holler at, sexism, or I'm not putting them on because I don't like them, racism. Or I'm gonna put you on because you my kid, nepotism. The second level of it has nothing to do with work. So it's like, Jay, you gotta recognize, and even beyond that, like I said,
Okay.
billionaires are a fair society.
And not to mention, like I said, the system was never designed for us. And like I said, and the thing about capitalism, this system does not work without poverty at all.
Ding, ding,
And
ding,
that
ding,
is a
ding.
failure to humanity. There be no reason that poverty exists in this era right now. None. But
And
it
I,
has to, because if you really look at capitalism and all the stuff that's tied into it, banks, prisons, blah, 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 it's all direct to poverty. Of course, there's going
mm,
to be a few anomalies that make it to the top. But for majority of people, we're selling the dream that you're going to make it to the top when you will never get there. That's just a reality. I understand the whole positive. That's cool. But you will never, majority of us will never make it to that top. There's always going to be some anomalies, of course. They have to give you some anomalies so you can keep the dream, keep the desire, and keep the fear going. That's how you control
pre-
people. This is why
preach,
capitalism works so fucking much because it's
preach.
brilliant. It is brilliant. But I hate this shit because it's not. That's why I hate when motherfuckers like him says stuff like this because not you're feeding the system. You're an Agent Smith. I hate to say it, but you are. You're feeding the system and you're feeding us bullshit that's not true.
Okay, so let me ask you something. Now I gotta put you on the spot. As Jay famously said, and I can't help the poor from one of them, so I got rich and gave back. To me, that's the win-win. That's the line for Moment of Clarity, by the way, off the Black Album, for those who don't know. And how do you argue against that logic?
It sounds good. But even he doesn't have enough money to help all the poor people. So that's just a fact. The people that do have the money to do so aren't going to do it because that will be counterproductive. The system will fall. Like I said,
Right.
this shit is built off poverty. One person, like I said, unless you're Jeff Bezos and all the 1% come together and do shit, which is not gonna happen. But unless they do it, there's not enough money in the world. Jay don't. He has a lot of deep pockets. And I'm not even pocket watch. He has more money than I've ever seen in my life. Okay, I admit that. But he ain't got enough to feed all the people that he claims that he would in that bar. That was a nice bar. It sounds good, but that's not reality. That's it.
Touche, sir.
Like
I
I
mean,
respect it. I respect it, but yeah, this shit is not designed for all of us to win, and that's my problem with it. It's unfair with all the isms you just said, and it's built off the back of poverty, which is a problem.
mhm. Yeah, and it's just the reality of the situation is like you said, it's an infectious mentality. And as long as you feel I need to hoard these resources, I need to get these resources, this much money, blah, 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 and then I can help others, as opposed to saying, there is enough here for everybody. We're gonna continue to have a problem. So yeah. Speaking of continuing to have problems, good old Uncle Ruckus. I mean, Jason Whitlock does it again. What's scary to me, one day when I have a bored moment, maybe when I'm on a toilet or something, I really got to go back and figure out what happened. Because I really did used to rock with Whitlock. I thought he was a witty writer. But this is back when he was with ESPN. And ever since he kind of went Fox on us, I've been like, what happened to this guy? So Jason Whitlock, feel free to Google him. Jason Whitlock decided to say, he sent out a tweet, um, reparations are an entitlement. They're rooted in the desire to be compensated for the oppression suffered by others. Entitlement handicaps the mind and undermines productivity. Well, okay. I read that a few times. I took it in and kind of said, all right, cool, cool, cool. All right, well, my response is fuck you, sir. You coon-tastic, use my canon voice, you coon-tastic ass. Like, can we just get some airy spear circles around your eyes, just make the look complete? Like, this is my issue with him with a Candace Owens sometimes. I actually can't even say that. Because Candace every now and again is a broken clock. She may most of the time she's like, fuck. But she does hit some points every now and again. It's like, you know what? I don't like it, but I gotta fuck with that one. This dude is straight coon-tastic. Like, what the fuck are you talking about? Reparations are an entitlement. Yeah, no shit. Everything here we built for $3.99. So I'm entitled to my shit. Right. They're rooted in desire to be compensated for the oppression suffered by others. Okay, so real quick, without going super deep, the oppression suffered by others. You're right. I've never technically been a slave. Then again, with that 13th Amendment loophole, I easily could be. And the effects of slavery still linger today, which kind of makes that point null and void. Entitlement handicaps the mind, undermines productivity. Yeah, not really. Not in the sense that you think it does, Uncle Ruckus. Um, do I feel like I'm owed some shit? I don't need to feel like whether I feel like I'm owed some shit or not. I am. Every other race, ethnicity has gotten reparations in this country. Undermines productivity? Not really. I'm not sitting on my ass saying I ain't doing nothing until they pay me. I'm not doing that. But nonetheless, you owe. Huey voice. Pay what you owe, Santa. Boondocks, boondocks.
Right.
But yeah, Riley, my bad. Pay what you owe, Santa. Pay what you owe. Pay what you owe, Santa. Um, but yeah, this is some of the most coon-tastic. This is first ballot coon-tastic Hall of Fame shit right here.
He up there. He
But
in Mount Rushmore contest.
what?
Coonerific. There you go. Well, yeah, he want to start making new words for that. Nah, you dumb, sorry.
No, but he's the final level. I think he might be final level boss of coonery. Like I can't say he might be final level boss. When you beat all the other coons, you gotta fight Jason Whitlock at the end to defeat coonery once and for all. Okay, I'm sorry. Go ahead, yo. Go ahead.
Yeah, like I said, like I said, let him work, do some labor or whatever job he's at now. Do that shit for free and see if you feel entitled to get paid for that. Because if you don't, then you should work for free for the rest of your fucking life. Work for free. What are you entitled for? Oh, you did this service and you didn't get compensated for it? Oh, that kind of feels like something that happened a long time. And like you said, the effects and a lot of the wealth was built off the backs of that free labor that still exists today. And then not to mention after slavery, when they said we were free, then they took back and had their fingers crossed on 40 acres and a mule. And the other shit, the redlining, the Jim Crow, all that shit, and then the crack, and then all the stuff that's happening now, being murdered by these slave catchers still, that's been happening since their fucking existence, and all the systematic racism that still occurs in the medical system, the adoption, like all this shit is just adding up, man. Yes, if I didn't physically pick no fucking cotton, you damn right I didn't. But shit, I'm still suffering the effects of it. Shit for the pain and suffering that I have to live in fear every time I walk outside, every time I get pulled over, every time I walk in a fucking grocery store, somebody looking at me like I'm about to do some shit. Stop. Yes, we deserve this shit. Just for all that. Just for pain and suffering. Just for us. Just do that. And then add some tax for the shit that was done for our ancestors. Just add that too. Like, get the fuck out of here, man. You fucking God. I don't wish death on people, but God damn it. Um, All right, I got that out of my system. All right, back to being calm and cool. Good. More jokes. Yeah. What was I about to say? Yeah, Jason Whitlock, please shut the fuck up, like you said. Like I said, we need to do actually. Here's with the joke that's not a joke that's about to come. It seems like every black person that goes to Fox somehow just comes out like this. It's like you said, he was really blackity black in ESPN. He got fired and he probably went to Fox like, shit, I can't do this no more.
He like Eddie Brock when he got fired from the Daily Bugle, yo. Like,
He'll turn into Venom. God damn it. Nah, at least Venom black. So fuck that. He ain't Venom, whatever a white one is. That's what he is. Cause like, yo, this some get out shit that they got going on at Fox. Fox needs to be investigated. But this is some get out shit. I promise you. Cause he don't even work there anymore. He still get fucking brainwashed. I don't understand. Fox is, yeah, like I said, I'm joking, but I'm not joking. Investigate Fox.
It's just the sad reality of it is, again, Kanan voice, two things can be true. Listen, I get what he's attempting to say. It's just wrong. Like, should you are we owed as foundational Black Americans? Are we owed reparations? It's clear.
Yes.
It's clear. Do you sit on your arse and do nothing waiting for the federal government to pay up? Absolutely
But
not.
who does? You can't afford to do that. Because one, is never coming. And two, we can't afford to do that.
Well, let's be not careful on that first statement. If it's never coming, we partially have a hand in that. Now that is one place where it's an uncomfortable truth. If it's never coming, at this point, we partially have a hand in that. So when you blindly vote Democratic, because the reality situation is whenever the reparations conversation comes up, elephants and asses shy away. That's the one thing they do agree on. They ain't giving y'all Black people nothing.
They should tell you why this is never coming. They have an issue getting fucking student loan debts relief. They can't even do that. And the check that they're gonna have to pay for, I think that alone costs $319 billion. I seen. So the check that they're gonna have to cash for reparations is gonna be way more than that. So if they have trouble just doing student loan debt and shit,
right?
What you think gonna happen for us? And that's for everybody. I ain't fucking. That's black, white, purple, orange. That's everybody that got that shit. So it's like it's not coming for us, bro. The elephant asses, like you said, do not support it. Every time that shit comes up, you got the other coon-tastic ass nigga that looks good and is really light skinned, Obama, says the same shit. So it's like, no, man, we're not getting this shit. We're not getting it, bro. Just at this point, just let
Dick Vital, get a chill, baby. Did you just call Obama coontastic, dog? We can't let that. We just can't let that bro by. Did you?
Did we not discuss this when he spoke up? Does he not fit the description literally? I understand half of them is probably you can't make. Okay, he's half coontastic. Half of
them. No. I can't do that. I cannot. No, here is and it's nuanced. I cannot, in all good faith, say Obama is a coon. What I can say, because coon to me intimates you're against Black people, Black foundational Black causes, as Whitlock clearly.
So being against, wait, hold up.
He's not. See, here's the nuance. It's not that he's against Black people and Black causes. I don't think he's ever been. He's just not pro-Black, if you get what I'm saying. I'm not going against I'm not going against y'all. I'm not saying y'all need no reparations. What I am saying is, I'm not pushing the Black.
So wait. So saying we shouldn't use the word defund the police. Saying I don't know what he said on reparations. Has he said anything about that?
I don't think. I mean, in 2008 to 2016, we weren't making that kind of noise, so we didn't have to. Black folks weren't making that kind of noise too.
Because we're doing the President's Black, my Lambo's blue.
Okay. Right. We're too happy to have a brother in office, so we just figured, what time it is.
Yeah.
Get to getting.
And nothing changed.
Come to find out, we didn't know what time it was. But yeah, when you say I don't think you say defund the police because you lose people, that's not inherently an anti-black statement. I get what he's saying. It's just wrong.
No,
Like, I get what he's saying. It's just
I get no,
respectability
I
politics.
don't get what he's saying. I mean, I get what he's saying, but I don't respect that at all. Like, bro, come on. Two,
Because
and two,
okay,
like I
so
said, I'm sorry. That just sounds like a good boy. We gotta clean it up for these white folks. God, that shit. We tired of cleaning shit up.
well, if
It's
but
not
okay,
working. We've been trying to clean and put a suit and tie on forever, and we still getting murdered. What the fuck is that doing? Nothing. I'm
okay,
sorry.
so all right, so let
What
me
do they
help.
say?
Let
The
me help.
riot is the language of the unheard. We have been
Okay,
unheard forever. It is
right.
stop. It is we're done. Like what do you say in the wire? I'm keeping it cool for now, but it's time. We're not keeping it cool anymore. It's time to get
My
yes,
boy Marlo.
yes.
I'm being a gentleman
Like
about it at
being
the moment.
gentleman about it is not
I'm
working.
being a gentleman about it at the moment.
That's the type of time we need to be on, yo. It is we've been gentlemen about a moment for a long time. It's time
Okay.
is the gloves
Just,
need to come off.
and just to unpack real quick, because this is where I wasn't sure I was going to go. Just to unpack real quick. I get Obama's point because what he's saying is this: look, the reality of the situation is numbers. It is sheer numbers, and nothing or very little is going to get done unless you have white people on board. What he is trying to say without saying outright, I believe, is this: the second you say defund the police, you're going to lose the white people who would otherwise hear you out. So nothing's going to get done.
How
So
wait,
code the language. I'm not saying you're wrong. I get completely what you're saying. F y'all. It's time. I'm being a gentleman about it. I'm being a gentleman about it at
wait,
the moment.
wait.
But the reality of what he's saying is, look, nothing's getting done if you don't have X amount of white people on board. The second you say defund police, you're losing a certain amount of white people that would have heard you out otherwise.
Bullshit.
I don't. Okay. What's your point? What's your stance?
If me saying the word defund it triggers you, you were never on my side. You were never going to be on my side. So I would rather say that shit out loud. So now I see who's who. Because if you truly with me, because honestly, it's not just for black people, even though we're the direct result of this shit. It's not just for it's for everybody.
Okay. So I'm gonna flip it a little bit. You tell me, because I get what you're saying. I don't necessarily agree. So here's what I mean. I will admit to this. If I was in a Starbucks and you walk in with a MAGA hat, you have instantly lost me. I really don't want to hear much you have to say. That is my handicap. That is me working through it, right? What he's saying is it's the same on the other side. Because when people hear defund the police, you got to remember something. The average American is not thinking how we think. So when they hear defund the police, it's the same thing they hear when they hear Black Lives Matter. They have an idea. Thank you, media. Thank you, Fox News. Of you talking about no police? You talking about lawlessness? You talking about doing whatever you want? That's not even what we're saying. What we're saying when we talk about defund the police is take those resources and put them where they can be more useful. So if I say, hey, listen, and which is all facts, by the way, the NYPD budget is $10 billion. Crime has not only not gone down, but it has gone up. The killings of people who have mental health crises, the amount of homeless people who have mental health issues is also through the roof. Now, we need to take some money and fix those problems, and it will by default help other problems. See, I just explained that. I took a roundabout way of saying defund the police. If I'd have started the conversation with defund police, you're not even going to hear everything else I got to say,
You're
even though it's all true.
okay. I almost said the wrong word. You're not that smart. Like I said, Google is a real thing. Do your research. See how much your police budget and all that shit is in your city and your state. It's probably gonna be either $10 or $1 billion the name tag to it, and then see where all the other resources they go to: schooling, housing, blah blah blah. Like I said, police force and defund the police isn't going to work. You want to know why? Because what I said in the beginning, it's a direct correlation to poverty. You can't have police without poverty. So who's going to fill
Well,
them prisons?
you just gave a very, very fun segue. Yeah, fuck you, Uncle Ruckus. But and this is where things got interesting. And this is a lingering problem since Obama. How many black killings by police happened on Obama's watch, right? The George Floyd policing bill under Biden. Not quite sure if that's passed yet, but we were all promised that things are gonna be different. Okay, so the pandemic is over. Per our president, by the way, per Biden, the pandemic is over. The world has opened back up, and crime in major cities has skyrocketed. So this was a perfect time to do analysis and see what works and what doesn't. Because clearly more police is not the answer, right? You would think that's obvious as shit. And the Democrats, who most black people blindly vote for because fuck Trump, that's really what it came down to. Fuck Trump, putting everything connected to Trump, you know, and the only other option was Democrat because we weren't looking for a third party. Anywho,
On us, yes.
all right. Anywho, a lot of civil rights groups have said, and I'm reading this right off. Let me sure I get it right. Gosh. Okay. Thank you. From blackamericaweb.com. And there's a new policing bill that make multi-million-dollar investments in cops. So let me get this straight. The Republicans have said, well, most of the crime is happening in Democratic cities. What's going on? Where's the law and order? And the Democrats have in turn said, yeah, you know what? You might have a point. You need to dump some more money into policing. It's laughable if it wasn't so scary. But let's see. Democrats, and I'm reading verbatim. Democrats on Wednesday announced they reached bipartisan deals to pass bills that include the Invest to Protect Act, the Community Oriented Policing Services (COPS), on the Beat Grant Program Reauthorization and Party Act, both of which promise to fund and invest in U.S. police departments in various ways. On Thursday, the bill passed the House. This is a week old, so we're talking last Thursday, not the Thursday that just passed. I just, it's to me, it's a slap in the face. We literally watched Derek Chauvin murder George Floyd slowly, painfully. All of us. And here we are a couple years later saying, you know what? At the end of the day, not only do we need cops, we need more cops. We need to throw more money into policing. So when Ice Cube said, make these mofos earn your vote, right? Nope, everybody ran out and voted Democrat. Black folk, right? And here we are with these same issues. Dragging it a few. Now, to their credit, there's been a shit ton of student loan debt that has been forgiven. But on the issues that matter, tough question time. What has actually been done from George Floyd's execution to now, save for Derek Chauvin going to jail and a couple other cops being sent to jail for some majorly egregious things? But there's nothing that I can see that stops this from happening again. In fact, good job executing that poor drug addicted black man. Here's some more money for you, cops. This is Bush after Katrina talking about great job, Ronnie. Have you? So, your thoughts, sir? We pour more money into the cops.
Makes sense. for the system. Like I said, you can't have a police force and dump all this money because, like I said, I'm pretty sure they dumping the money into them, but I'm sure it's not going to them. It's going somewhere else, maybe someone's pockets. But yeah, I mean, like I said, till we get rid of the solution, it's like I said, more cops in this. Okay, well, depending on where you live, I'm pretty sure there's a suburb and then there's the hood. Go to the suburb. Let's do a little social experiment. Go to the suburb. See how many cops you see. Just count. See if you see like a cop camera on the lights. All right, now go to the hood a little bit. See how many cops you see. Notice the difference. One has a lot more cops. One barely has any. If anything, they're just trying to catch you for a speeding ticket in one place. Now, guess which one's which? You done? You sure? All right. I'll give you the answer because you're right. And if you weren't, Lord help us. Yeah. Suburbs have less cops, less all this stuff. Wow. Hood has cops on every corner, police scans and everything. And yet one has higher crime, one doesn't. Why is that? Is it because of the type of people that live there? Oh no, there's suburbs with just primarily black people. Still low crime. So it can't be a race thing. All right. What else is there? There's one more thing left. There's race. Maybe it's a gender thing. Nah, there's neighborhoods and suburbs that have women and men, or them, can't forget them. And so the same thing, low crime. So what's the last thing that's on the table that might be a direct, obvious reason why the crime is high? Has nothing to do with cops. All right, income, poverty, class. Like, yo, we keep dumping money on some stupid shit. And like I said, I know the answer to this, why it's not happening. I just said it multiple times. The system does not run without poverty. So that's never going to not, until the system falls, it's never going to not be an issue. And this is worldwide. It's not even just America. That's worldwide problem. So, but we'll keep it small for all the Americans watching. Yes, the answer is not more cops. The answer is defund the police, distribute that money to the people so the poverty line doesn't exist. It shouldn't be a fucking poverty line. If you work a full-time job, you should be getting paid above that shit. I don't care what you do. Flipping burgers, delivery driver, I don't give a fuck. You should be getting paid way above. There shouldn't be a goddamn poverty line. Like you said, minimum wage was the minimum payment you should receive to live, to be able to live comfortably. I'm not saying you're gonna make $1 billion. No, but you should be able to live comfortably. There should not be a poverty line. That should not happen. But
And I mean, to be fair, some of these provisions address that. Some of these provisions are going to mental health, this, that, and the third. So the next time Uncle Ronnie is having a mental episode, you don't have to call police. You can actually get mental health professionals out there. My thing is, this sounds expensive, and the money's already there. Just take it away from where it's not being effective.
right.
NYPD doesn't. You got $10 billion. I'm just looking at it from this standpoint. If I'm paying you $10 billion to do a job, that job is not only not being done, but I have to pay. The taxpayers have to pay more money in lawsuits, and the numbers, the metrics that indicate whether or not your job is being done, all show me across the board it's not being done. Then I'm going to take my 10 billion and start putting some of that in places that can do some, I don't know, make a difference.
Or you getting fired. That's what usually happens in the workplace. You don't do your job after you pay, you get fired. Can't do that.
You know,
So
I'm paying you $10 billion, and people still getting shanked on the train. And oh, by the way, New York City said there's going to be working cameras on all trains now. How? You
okay.
mean there weren't?
Oh, we knew that. The only cameras we see in the train is literally people's cameras recording. That's it.
How do you have a city of 8 million with the most expansive public transportation system on the planet, and you don't have
Like I said, I know people don't care, but you should look at Rikers Island. Oh, it's a mess out there.
Rikers is,
It's
yeah.
horrible. That is inhumane like a motherfucker. So,
Oh,
so I was like, yeah. So where is all this money going?
$10 billion though.
Yeah,
10 billion is that's
it's
just the
not going
NYPD
there.
budget. That's the NYPD budget. That's not even
That's a broad
count all
statement.
the tentacles. That's not counting, like you said, the Department of Corrections and everything else. Oof. Okay, so there's that. Thanks, Democrats. Thank you. Um, gonna shift gears a little bit here off something so heavy. This is interesting. Cat Williams had a bit a few days back where he was theorizing, and honestly, I thought this was borderline dangerous, but he's not a rapper, so I guess he can say it. But you and I have talked about it to a certain degree that rappers, because one of the most dangerous jobs to be right now is being a rapper. We can start looking at the rappers we've lost, not death. Coolio, rest in peace. Coolio just died of a heart attack. We're not talking that. We're talking little rappers who've been murdered. PNB Rock most recently, and the list is a lot longer than most of us would care to acknowledge. And Cat theorized that, well, this is not accidental. There might be bigger forces at play, like labels having rappers killed. And I'm like, that's heinous. That's like really heinous. Because you and I talked about this. I can't remember if we did on air, off air, both. We're like, yo, it's really shitty if a label were to take out an insurance policy on a rapper, and it's just it just goes to everything that's wrong with rap. Because I'm like, you have these rappers who put out a certain kind of content, which invites a certain kind of element because it glorifies a certain kind of element, and it almost becomes a self fulfilling prophecy. You have these younger dudes who don't understand a world without internet. So you feel like, we have a world that tracks metrics of followers and engagements and impressions. So, you know, I gotta be online. I gotta be on live showing you the chain. I gotta be on live and showing you the new Bentley, blah 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 blah. And coming from where these men come from, that makes you a target. So I'm like, I hear you, Cat, and I'd really hate to say this was the case, but I can't I can't completely rule it out because every time I think, nah, that's no, we're not there yet, not that low. I get proven wrong. So I guess this is a percentage thing. What percentage of me thinks it's possible? What I won't say possible, probable, probable that these labels have something to do with these men being killed? Sadly, I gotta go 25%. I think that's a high number. But I think there's a quarter of me that thinks, you know what? It sounds crazy, but not that crazy. But where you at, man? Where you at on that?
50. And the reason why I'm at 50 is because everything you just said. The life, what they rap about, blah, 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 makes them a target. If I was trying to get somebody killed and no one would know, and the perfect, cover would be, see, this is what he was rapping about. So he lived that life, even though some of them don't. So that's the perfect cover. Because no one's gonna look into it. Like, all right, so he was on some gay shit, some street shit. This got nothing to do with, the label. So it's the perfect cover to get somebody whacked. That's first. And two, if there is an insurance claim, you got normal people whacking people for insurance claims. This happens regularly. It's to the point that on my one of my insurances, it even says it like in fine you cannot claim this if someone dies or something. Like they put a warning like because I guess it happens so much that motherfuckers get burned over insurance claims that they have to put a warning labels like, yeah, if we find out it's foul play, yeah, you're not getting this. That's how bad it is. And that's normal people. So I can imagine what a label would do. If they dump millions of dollars in someone, it doesn't pan out. So it's like, okay, maybe we get this whack and get our money back. I'm just
Right.
saying, it's a 50-50. That's it.
That's
I've heard worse. And like I said, it sounds it. I'm not gonna go 100%. I'm not
no.
gonna go low. It just is 50-50. It depends. I don't.
That's
I
literally the implication is that is literally the implication is that literally your employer is paying you on one end and setting you up to get killed on the other. Just sit with that for 2 seconds.
mm,
Your employer, that's like your job giving you a check and then giving some other dudes a check to kill you so they can start giving you a check and ideally get a bigger check.
capitalism.
Like do you know how that sounds though? Like, huh? And again, maybe this is my the naivete of me and my false hope and belief in humanity, but I'm
It
like,
is. Yeah.
there's just certain levels of shit that's like, huh, what?
I mean, we've seen worse through history. That's it. Humans have unlimited potential, but really great at that. I think we reach maximum potential is fucking brutality and killing. Humans are the greatest killers on this planet.
Uh,
So, so I mean, it's not out of the realm. That's why I said 50. Like I said, I don't know, but the more I think about it, the more I'm like, think about who these labels are owned by. So I was like,
I wow.
so,
That's
hey,
that's just mind blowing to me. That is absolutely mind blowing. But on the flip, uh, shifting gears because that's still kind of crazy. So the internet is on fire. Had a couple people send it to me. We're gonna go to the MCU for a hot second. I thought it was a joke, but apparently it's not a joke. Apparently somehow the gods have smiled, and not only is Hugh Jackman coming back for one last run as Wolverine, all of the off and on jokes between he and Ryan Reynolds are gonna pay off. We're gonna get a Deadpool Wolverine movie, and I'm like, I'm giddy and mad all at once. I'm giddy because oh my god, mad because why are you telling me this now and it's not coming till 2024? Don't do that to me. Don't do that to me.
I
Don't
mean,
don't
hey,
don't do that to me.
yeah,
But
they,
I'm like, I thought it was a joke, and then I was like, oh shit, this is real. Head explode. Head
oh yeah.
explode. My only concern is, all right, so because he did for the first time ever, he didn't have to be in shape for Logan. Is he gonna be able to get in Wolverine shape?
Why not? I mean, from the commercial or preview, whatever, the promotion, he didn't look too bad. I'm pretty
He
sure he got 2 years to hit the gym. I don't know when they start filming, so he got some time.
as you say that, I'm just going to check. I honestly don't know.
But
Bruh, Hugh Jackman is 53. What
so
this ain't Chris Hemsworth getting ready for Thor, which I finally saw by the way. But this ain't Chris Hemsworth. Dude is 53.
so
Okay, clearly as someone in their 20s, you don't understand how the male body works. You tap
he's
out
going
when
to have
you're.
help.
Are you implying juice there? Are you implying juice?
Wait.
Are
Let
you
me get straight.
implying
You don't
juice
think he
there?
had help in them other movies?
No, he was lean. He wasn't. He wasn't. He wasn't.
Do you remember what he
Rocking
looked?
Black. He
No. Do you
wasn't
remember what he
rocking
looked
Black
like?
Adam. He
In,
wasn't Chris Hemsworth. He was just lean as shit, just shredded to the gills. You can do that. You can do that part.
you
But to
remember what he
get
looked like in Wolverine in the Origins movie when he
that's what
came
I'm
out that
saying.
tape? He had to have some type of help, something. Okay,
Because
you
he wasn't.
okay? So you don't think he can't get that shredded again at 50 since he's
He
not
ain't. We're
packing
not
on
talking.
size?
53, sir,
Okay,
and
but
that's today.
he's shredding. He's not packing on side.
One thing you can't stop is skin sag, my guy. At some point, all I'm saying is
You
he
got the
might.
best doctors. I figure it out. I'm just saying, yo. For one, For what? This is why you didn't believe it, because he did say, "Yeah, I'm done."
Right? He told you
But
that he was
guess
done.
what happened? That Disney money, that check cleared, boy. I don't even know how much he got paid to go from "I'm done" to "I can't wait to be back." He got paid.
Yeah.
So, he
Yeah.
can do it.
I mean, I'm on fire. I'm just curious what he's gonna look like. Um,
I still wanted a new
shift
Wolverine, but it's okay. I take it.
shifting gears slightly. Finally got to watch Thor: Love and Thunder. Y'all 0 for 2 with me, man. And I mean, when I say y'all, I mean general view in public. Y'all
Stop.
trashed Morbius.
Dog
Y'all
shit.
trashed Thor. Like y'all was
Big
acting
dog
like
shit.
this was Fantastic Four out here. It
No,
wasn't
no,
that.
no. I never. I said it was mid. What I give it, a 3 or 2.5? It's mid as hell. We had the same ratings. So what are you talking about?
So, because Morbius wasn't garbage. It's just they shouldn't well the final fight was trash. I will say that the final fight was anticlimactic as hell. But Morbius needed a Deadpool treatment. You should have made that R. Thor: Love and Thunder. The problem was you needed a different villain. You had a great villain, and Christian Bale is that dude. Um,
Told you.
but Gore the God Butcher needed the Thor from the first two movies. Needed Avengers
Yes.
Thor.
Yes.
Y'all went with funny Thor.
You went with fucking Ragnar Thor on bad substances. So it's like no, no man, no. He's the
Yeah,
only
you needed
saving
a
grace. It'd have been a dog shit movie if he wasn't in it.
yeah, you needed a different kind of Thor, and we didn't get that. But it wasn't trash. Y'all guys are like, oh, this is trash. Man, it
It
wasn't total
is
trash.
mid at best. And like I said, Marvel better be careful because they're having a joke problem. And like I said, I know you haven't watched She-Hulk, but it is getting bad. It's getting
I've
bad.
seen that. Seen a couple online saying that it's going down, it's going on. I never really finished Moon Knight.
It's going down.
Um,
They better not screw up their dub. I swear to God.
they're not gonna screw up Daredevil. You
Okay.
don't go. They're not gonna screw up Daredevil, and I'm patiently awaiting. We're just a little over a month away. Black Panther 2 and Coogler we trust, baby. And Coogler we trust. So, and they had to get this right because if you don't get this one right, it's then my thought because my theory is they're serving us hors d'oeuvres until they can get X-Men, until they can get Fantastic Four. They're serving us hors d'oeuvres, but still, don't keep feeding us trash until that comes.
They are. Unfortunately.
Oh my gosh, there you go. But yeah, 53 years old, Hugh Jackman trying to get back in Wolverine shape. We will see. Um, and early reports are saying that there are some concerns from Mahershala Ali about the Blade script. I'm not worried. The director quit. I'm not worried.
Okay.
If we had started filming, I'd worry. We're not even filming yet. Like the problem that people tend to forget with Justice League, Zack Snyder didn't. Zack Snyder had to quit. What we got was Bryan Singer's version, I believe. Forgive me if I'm confusing directors, but they started filming and Zack had to quit, and then I think Bryan Singer picked it up where he left off. So that's part of the reason why Justice League was kind of
This
in
is dog
theater.
shit.
I hate her, but
Man.
yeah, we got that version. So no, if film had started, I'd worry. If you're talking filming had started and we need script rewrites and blah blah blah, okay, I'm worried. We're not even filming yet, so you can get a good director and you can run with it.
Change the
So
script. I don't know if you read the article, but he was mad about the script.
it's 90 yeah, it's 90 pages for now. It's not
So,
done.
okay.
Not
If the
done,
lead of his caliber is saying, "I'm worried. This is not working. This is not it," I would
bruh.
be worried.
If I told you, listen, I'm gonna make you a dozen cookies. You look in the oven, yo, what the fuck? It's only 8 cookies in here, bruh. I'm not done yet. Relax. You're gonna get 12 cookies. Calm
That was
down,
the final script. What are you talking about? That was the final script. They don't have a director,
bruh.
but the script is
Okay,
done.
I missed that little detail. Okay, if that's the final script, reading is fundamental on my part. My apologies. If that is the final script and it's only 90, okay, cool.
That's about an hour and 40-minute movie.
Okay.
They say it's
All
like
right.
one page, like 1 minute or something. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's 90 minutes. Okay, cool. All right, then I can see that being cause concern, but I'm not freaking out. I'm not even filming yet.
I'm concerned. Red flags. Sorry.
Yellow at best. Yellow at best. But all right, let's run it on back here. That was good stuff. First off, Steph, did we eat the rich? I don't know. Um, Maybe take a couple bites out of, not totally eat, but then, like I said, it falls back into billionaires are still a failure of humanity. And I don't think there's any really real way to get around that. Whitlock being Whitlock, boy, oh boy. Just when I think you can't do anything more coon-tastic than the last thing you've done, good job, sir. You showed, like I said, you were the final level boss of coons. When you beat every other coon, you have to fight Jason Whitlock to get rid of coonery once and for all. Like you are the final level boss of coonery. The Dems investing in police. This ain't what we wanted, fam. This is not what we wanted. This was not the point. I don't know how you can, in any good conscience, in any good faith, be like, yeah, we all saw George Floyd get executed, but we think the answer overall is probably more money to the cops. I don't know how you arrived at that conclusion. And with midterms coming up, you better watch your ass. Like, seriously, you better watch your ass. Cat says rappers might be getting killed. All I can say is that what's good in me hopes not. But I can't rule it out. I'm at 25%. That could possibly be happening. And I'm geeked about Deadpool 3. I'm not overly concerned about Blade. It's early. And this is just some tweet from a person who supposedly knows a person, but whatever. We'll get back to it. And by the way, Thor was not as trash as ever made out to be. Your recap, sir.
Yeah. Read the verse still? Yes. And no offense to Steph. Proud of you. Like I said, you earned it for what you do because of entertainment, but it's still a failure in many layers. Whitlock being coontastic, coonerific. I can't even come up with new words just for him. So ain't nothing changed. Like I said, I need an investigation on Fox. Pronto. Cat said rappers getting off 50%. Yeah, it's a 50. It's a flip of a coin, you know. Maybe, maybe not. Still sad that I had to think that way, but that's society for you. Name of money. Put all that money in the pigs. Yeah. I thought the only time money should go into pigs is slaughterhouses, but it's okay. I don't eat pork. But you know, a lot of people still do. So I guess if that's where I'll put my money into. Nah, I'm kidding. Peter, don't come at it. Deadpool 3, yep, I'm excited. Told you he's back. He's gonna be good. Help or no help, he's gonna be good. 53. And concerns with Blade, man, I got a red flag, my guy. But hopefully you're right. Hopefully they get it right. They better not screw this up because the first films were great. So they better give him that type of treatment.
All right. That's it. And that's real quick. NBA prediction. We'll probably go a little bit heavier in this next week. I still have the hallway series in the West. I got both LAs. The Clippers are loaded, boys and girls. And the Lakers are looking like I said, they come with a chip on their shoulder. I'm sorry. I'm not betting against LeBron like betting against Tom Brady. Not smart. So Western Conference Finals, I got the hallway series, both LAs. In the East, I really don't have a damn clue. I really don't. I don't know who's gonna be good. We don't know what Boston's gonna look like now. All this nonsense going on. Um, I've never been really super sold on. Actually, I'm sorry. I do have a clue. Nets. My bad. Since Kyrie's not in LA, Nets Lakers. That's the finals.
I'm supposed to give my West. I got hell no, I ain't got the Lakers. Hell no. West, I got either Golden State and what's in the West?
The
Golden
Clippers.
State, and yeah, I guess Golden State and Clippers. or Golden State, and my dark horse maybe Denver. But in the East, this is pretty. This is easy. I got Brooklyn and Milwaukee Eastern Conference Finals. So yeah.
All right. So same bad time, same bad channel next week, everybody. Appreciate you tuning in on behalf of myself and my awesome co-host from the Yeah I Said It podcast. Peace.
Yeah.